What's going on, currency lovers, and happy Friday! The weekend is finally here. I have a little bit of pocket money for you that we're going to go through in another bill search video, and then this weekend I'm going to have some news videos on currency that I will cover some really cool stuff that's happened, some really neat finds that are worth one's worth almost $60,000, the other one's worth almost $200,000. Neither were by me, unfortunately, but that's neither here nor there. So we'll get to those videos over the weekend. Thank you for joining in on the fun in here on this channel where we look through pocket money, try to find things worth more than face value. So first we'll start with this Beat to Crap 2009 Series $1 bill. Dollar bills have not changed since 1957, so nothing to talk about there. They're proposing that it'll change in the next 5 to 10 years. We'll see how that is. First serial number, we don't have anything I see jumping out at me in the serial number. Our seals are printed appropriately, so that's cool. And condition leaves a lot to be desired on this bad boy. As you know, with anything collectible, I mean, if it's beat up this bad, you know, with a blood stain or whatever this is and all ripped up, then all this damage here is going to detract wildly from anything that's worth more than the face value of $1 on this Federal Reserve note. So we'll move on. Adjust my camera a little bit. $5 note, 2013, so not the newest series, that'd be 2017 series bills. Nevertheless, the newer design that happened post the early 2000s. Nothing in the serial number as far as a collectible fancy serial number, and everything seems to be printed pretty appropriately. This darkening to the seal here is common, or it's just normal. That's due to the art that's put in the background. If you're unaware of the printing process, it goes through a multi-phase process for Federal Reserve notes, so some things are printed on, some things are printed in the bill. I love the degree of clarity on the graphics after they enhanced it. They used a little bit of different way of printing the actual graphics on the bills. You got a blinded out Washington note. 2013. It has a little shift here, but like I said, if it's in previous videos, if it's sitting kind of in the confines of across all three of these letters, then it's still in the acceptable range of printing, so it's not going to be collectible for that aspect. Now we do have a little minor lack of ink around the 1776 in Roman numerals there at the bottom of the pyramid, right at that M and D. But not enough to really call home about, so I'm not going to hold on to that necessarily, but it is what it is. Funny looking bill, though. Next bill, Series 2013, so same series as that previous one. Like I said, nothing has changed with the $1 note, so we're not going to jump on anything with that. Fix this little corner here. Serial number-wise, 89116990. Nothing jumping out there. E for Richmond, Virginia. You'll see some blurring around this lettering up here, and that's pretty common, so don't start jumping for joy with that. And this thing here is just a press through that looks almost like a fingerprint, but it's actually just ink from the front of the bill. Another 2013 5, folded in the middle here, so somebody used it for origami or something. This one's actually shifted to the right a little bit, so this is sitting a little far, but like I said before, not dramatic enough. If it was sitting off the F here, then I'd hold on to the bill for that error, but it is not, so nothing to call home about. We got a little bit of stray ink up here by the constellation Orion that sits in the upper corner of Federal Reserve notes on the $5 note as well as multiple others. It's an anti-counterfeiting measure. Here's a 2017 note. Now, one thing to point out is I would roll these in with 2013 notes to have this third digit from the left here, generally on this serial number, but sometimes on this one as well, and we'll look at this one a little closer. It's all printed straight. We had an odometer bill with the last letter of the serial number ticked up a little bit, so that's in the last video. But this is a really common occurrence with this over ink, so personally I'm going to not hold on to ones with that are from 2017 or 2013 series, just because I think it's too common to be an error or a collectible. Next, another dollar bill, 2009, so similar to that one we had in the beginning. This one's also beat up, but albeit this is a 10-year-old note, so it is at the end of its life for being a dollar bill. Got some staining up here. Initially, I thought this was kind of an issue with print, but it's actually a watermark. Now this ink up here, if you're thinking, hey, that might be a stray ink, you can tell from that bleeding of the ink. Let me get it real close. There we go. One, you can tell from the tone, since it's right next to this other darker ink. It's not the same coloring as the ink used in the printing of U.S. currency, so that's something that happened after the bill left the BEP and went into circulation, so not something that is collectible in that regard. Same thing here. Looks like portion of a stamp, or somebody just set a cup or something on it, but not collectible either. There's nothing too crazy going on so far. We see the remnants of a counter stamp. That's what these lines are here. There was probably a bank strap sitting over the top of this. They stamped it with a stamp, and the outsides of the stamp simply went on the bill. So that's not an ink issue. That's something that happened post-production. 2013 series bill. Everything seems printed okay. Little bit of stray ink over here. So if we bring it real close, you can tell that's the same type of ink that's used for the actual graphics on the back of the note. So that's neat. Got a little bit up here, a little bit here. So not too crazy. I'm not going to hold on to it. I mean, if it was a little bit better condition, a little more stray ink than that, I'd probably hold on to it. But I don't think that would command much of a face value, if any, over $20. I thought we had a date note almost, but totally looked at that wrong. Nothing really jumping out at me here. Let's see. Just wanted to inspect the top of the bill a little bit better, make sure I'm not missing anything, but nothing on the front of this note, nothing in the serial number. Got a lot of damage to this bill. It's definitely been wet. You can tell from the discoloration. You can see that change in tone at the bottom there. That's from being wet. Now, this bill, although folded in the center, is pretty good condition overall. A little beat up on the corners. Nothing in the serial number. 2013 bill, so pretty clean looking. And we got a little bit of a funky print here. This line is actually, this line here, as you can see, there's a little bit of misprint happening. Very slight. Now let's pull another 5 here to compare. I mean, you can see that right here where the printer puts out this curve. It's a little off on this one too, but very noticeable here. I'll set it aside for now. It'll be something I'll look at a little bit more in depth later. Not a major find, but it is what it is. 2013 series note here for this last one in our search. Little bit of stray ink dots here and there. This is definitely just a stain. Nothing in the serial number. Let's look at the back of the bill. Got a little bit of a press through that serial number, so nothing crazy. Nothing much there. So I don't see anything really jumping out at me on this one, nor in really much of this search. So, hey, like you know, you probably go through hundreds of bills like I do. We don't always come across stuff, unfortunately. But I got a minor little ink error, a little print error on this $5 note. So I'll probably keep it as just a specimen for an example to show people of kind of what to look for. Albeit I don't think it would command much over face value for that minor issue with the print there. Still something to hold on to, a very minor misprint error. But other than that, nothing really great in this search. Let me know what you've come across in your recent coin and banknote searches in the comments below. And keep a watch out on VarietyErrors.com for more free information, free guides, error coin price guide, star note lookup, so on and so forth. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.